Hi guys, Luke here from Tag Along, and today I'm going to be teaching you how to make a fire in the cold, wet Canadian winter. It's going to be quick, simple, and it's going to be a lot of fun. Come with me and tag along. So guys, when it comes to collecting wood in the winter, you want to avoid any wood on the ground or any wood that's laying sideways collecting snow on top of it. What you want to look for is a dead standing tree that's standing straight up and has no snow collecting on top of it. If you don't find any trees, you can also look for some branches that have broken off and got caught between other branches before hitting the ground, and just make sure they're standing up straight and don't have any snow on it as well. Now, if you don't have a saw on you, don't worry. You can still locate smaller dead standing trees, and trees that are dead or so dry and rotten that you can easily, with your own strength, still snap them off and still gather some trees. So as you guys can see right here, we have a nice dead standing tree in front of us. It's nice and small in diameter to where you could rip this down really easily with your hands. But as you can see, it goes up and it kind of starts to lean, and it would collect snow or water in the wettest conditions. So this tree would not be what you want to start your fire with in the wettest conditions. But this tree would still be good to grab because once your fire's been going for about 5 minutes, it would be strong enough to finally start burning this wood. Hey guys, so I found two good dead standing trees here that make pretty good candidates. They go straight up and they have no snow on them. Now, they do look kind of small and they are kind of small, but it's going to work because we're only looking for 2 minutes worth of firewood just to get our fire going. Once we get our fire going with this wood, we can look for wood that's not the best, which is like the other dead standing tree that kind of curves. And then we can use that tree to give us another 5 minutes worth of firewood. And then once our fire is going really good, we can start even pulling wood that's kind of touching the ground, and our fire will burn that wood and dry it out. As you guys can see, they're pretty easy to rip down. I mean, I probably had to put 5% of my strength into that. So even if you're not that big, you can still rip down some dead standing trees. All right, guys, so I'm back with the trees. Now you just want to break them into smaller pieces. If you don't have a saw, the best way to do this is to utilize two trees. The way you're going to do that is just to put the wood in between and just put leverage on it and snap it by either pulling or pushing. So now that you split your wood down into nice even sizes, now it's time to baton your wood. You have two pieces of wood that you're going to be making. You're going to be making one nice long stick that's kind of cut in half that you can make nice wood shavings off of. And then you're going to be looking to make other pieces of wood that are really small and toothpick size. So just pretty much keep splitting this down to as small as possible. Or you can take the time to go around and find little toothpick sizes of branches and pick and make a big pocket full of those. Or you can just keep splitting this wood down. Best way to split your wood is just to get your knife right in the middle. Take a nice piece of wood that's not too heavy but decently heavy, and you just give it a nice tap. Some of these pieces of wood that are really small, they might not split down real nice and easy, but that's okay. We just keep breaking small pieces off. All right, guys. So with some persistence, you can take a bigger tree and split it down into nice fine pieces of wood. So once you do that, your next step is you're going to want to go ahead and make some wood shavings. So I'll teach you guys a nice little trick that I like to do. Normally, you'll come to make shavings, you'll have your knife and you'll just make nice shavings. But this knife is super dull. I mean, it's super dull. I can push with all my might into my hand. It's as dull as the back of the knife. Simply take a piece of wood, take your knife, you drag your wood across your knife. I'll do it so you guys can see it. And as you guys can see, even with a dull knife that you can run across your hand as hard as you want, if you take the wood and drag the wood into your knife that's planted, It makes it so much easier. So the other great thing about wanting to run wood through your knife rather than your knife through wood is that once you're done batoning, usually your knees and your back kind of hurt and you're kind of tired of being on the cold ground. So what you can do is if you imagine you moved your tarp here or you had a hat to catch your shavings, you can come up to a tree and take your knife, stick your knife in the tree, and then I mean, within seconds you can have wood shavings and a nice feather stick. And I mean, again, remember, this blade is so dull and it's like duller than the back of my knife. All right, guys, so I got done with my wood shavings. If I was in your position, I would go for about a pile twice as big as mine, but I'm a bit cold, so I'm going to try to get it started with just that. Your next step, though, to starting your fire is going to be knowing that the ground is cold and wet and it's going to suck heat from your fire. So what you want to do is give yourself a little barrier between the ground and your fire by making a platform. It can either have big, nice logs, or it can just be a couple of sticks that you broke down. All you want to make sure, though, is you have a barrier between the ground and your fire. All right, guys, so there you have it. We got the fire going nice and good. I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I hope you learned a thing or two. Thank you guys for watching, and as always, thank you for tagging along.